Hello everyone, Jeff Pirashad here with another bowling ball sneak preview. Today we're going to take a look at the all-new MOTIV Rogue Assassin, which releases on September 4th, 2019. The Rogue Assassin has an RG of 2.47 and a differential of 0.047. It uses the same cover that was on the Jackal Ghost and the same core that was originally back in the Sigma Tour and has been used since in the Forza SS and the Rogue Blade. So it's been a very successful core. You're pairing it with a very successful cover. This is sure to be a ball that people are going to be interested in getting. Here's the layout I use, 50 by 4.5 by 30. And you can see my bowler stats up here in a second. MOTIV advertises this as a benchmark ball. My first impression was that it's a little stronger than that. I expected it to be because of the Jackal Ghost cover. So you can see I put the pin up very high. The reason I did that is because I didn't want the ball to roll up a little too early. I wanted to make sure I got good length out of it and it would save its energy. So I went with this way pin-up drilling just to see what it would do. And I was absolutely very impressed. As I said, it's a little stronger than your typical benchmark ball, but I think people hear benchmark ball and they think, oh, this ball doesn't really hook, it's really smooth, it's like you just use it when you need the ball to go straight. That's not what the Rogue Assassin does. And I think the reason MOTIV intentionally did that is purely because of the existence of the covert tank. The covert tank is that smooth ball you need when the back ends are very snappy. And because of that, they can take a resin benchmark ball and make it a little stronger, and kind of you can go tier 1, tier 2, depending on what kind of a benchmark ball you need with the Rogue Assassin and the covert tank. So I'm throwing this ball, and you can see it hits the break point, and it makes a nice turn in the back end. Even on shots like this where I pull it, it holds on. The core revs up a lot, but it's not too strong. The cover really does help it grip in the oil, and it's going to be a much stronger ball than the Forza SS was with that same core. And you're going to be able to get some traction in oil, but it's not going to be as strong as the Jackal Ghost. It's also not going to be as strong as the Forge. It's kind of a step below those. So if the Forge kind of revs up too early or rolls too early, this is a ball that'll give you a little more length, maybe a little more snap, because the Forge is very rolly and very round. This one's a bit snappier. And it's going to, I think, be a bowling ball that people are going to like a lot, and they're going to depend on it early in blocks when they don't want to use something too strong. Maybe it's not a very, very long pattern. Maybe it's something a little shorter or a little snappier, and they want something a little less. So we'll compare it to the Rogue Blade, and I threw this ball in the exact same line, and it was a little light. So I moved my feet 4 right, and I moved my target 2 right to make sure that it hits that dry a little sooner. And now the Rogue Blade is perfect. So I'm confident in saying that, and this was a fresh cover on my Rogue Blade. I actually sanded it down and put a fresh cover on it right before I came out. So I'm confident in saying that it's 4 and 2 weaker than the Rogue Assassin. The Jackal Ghost, I went back to the original line, and here it goes up high. So I moved 4 and 2 left, thinking that it's just, you know, the cover's the same, but the core is stronger. And as you can see, it hit the pocket, but it was kind of a little flat. It didn't quite get back. I think the ball maybe just revved up a little too much and didn't have that much energy. So what I did was I moved one board back to the right with my feet and a half back to the right with my target. And you'll see the next 2, the ball's right there. So I'm confident in saying that the Jackal Ghost is about 3 boards stronger with your feet, whereas the Rogue Blade is about 4 weaker. So the Rogue Assassin falls right in between there. So if you have a Rogue Blade and you have a Jackal Ghost, this ball's going to fit great right in between. It's a nice step up from the Rogue Blade. Same core, but because the different cover, you can actually go from one to the other. The same thing goes with the Jackal Ghost. The same core, same cover, but a different core, so you can go from one to the other. So here I'm going to move right and just play up the boards for people who might not rev it as much as I do, and they want to see what the ball does when you play right. And you'll see the ball is actually pretty good from over there. Just take some hand out of it, and it hits the dry and revs up and rolls okay. If you hit the dry a little too soon, it might hook up a little like that trip 4-pin did, so you'll either want to get it to the right or throw it a little harder, but I mean, it's still got a lot of power from there. So we'll throw one final shot, moving it a bunch and wheeling it, and you'll see it, you know, it reads the dry and it rolls up nice. It's very predictable. So I like this ball a lot, and I think that you will too. I hope you will too. So thanks to everyone, Motive and Kegel Connection here in Fort Lauderdale for drilling my stuff. Go take a look at the Rogue Assassin. I think you're going to be really pleased with it.